Hello everybody! Welcome to Mary's Caviar, straight from Beria Urbano. Please welcome the famous Lebanese chef Mary Samaha.
The show called Marie's Caveat. Now, to begin the show, the first thing you want to do when you're cooking is to make sure that your working area is clean. And it has to be free of those germs. Evil, tiny, insignificant germs that come out. And you can't see them! And then they get you sick! And then before you know it, you're dying! You're dying! I'm sorry. Please excuse me. I take my medication. I'm going to put on my gloves now because I don't want to get the germ, get sick. So the first thing you want to do when you're cooking tabbouleh salad is that you want to take fresh parsley. And after it's been washed, you have to chop it up into tiny little pieces. But make sure they really are tiny pieces because you don't want to make them too long, because if they're too long, then when you're eating the tabbouleh salad, you could end up choking and dying. So once this has all been perfectly cut up into pieces, you're going to put it into a bowl. Next on your list is that you should start cutting up the tomatoes. Now the interesting thing about tomatoes is that they probably can be termed the heart of the tabbouleh salad, because they're what really gives it the juice and the flavor and the whole, it brings the salad together. So once you're slicing the tomatoes into cube, not triangle, nothing but cube. They have to have 6 sides, okay? Because otherwise it just ruins the salad. Can't have cube. Anyway, take your tomatoes, put them in there. Also be careful when you're using the knife, because you really want to make sure that the knife is sharp, because if you end up flipping and slicing your vein open, then you're probably going to die. So next thing is that you want to take your sliced pieces of onion. Now the interesting thing about onions is that when you cut them, they tend to make you cry, as many people know. And the thing is, if you're cutting onion, the dangerous thing about this is that if you start crying, you're probably going to be blinded by your tears, and you may accidentally run into your assistant's knife and get stabbed in the chest and die. So mix that in with the parsley and the tomatoes, and then now you want to just mix all the vegetables together, because you'll see it really start to come together, and the colors are nice and flavorful. Next on our list is the lemon juice, and I got fresh lemon here today, so we know it's going to be fantastic. The thing about the lemon is that when you squeeze fresh lemon, the juice kind of flies everywhere. I mean, it's really ridiculous. At some point, you just have to kind of stop and say, okay, what's going on with the lemon? So what you want to do is you have to be careful squeezing the lemon, because what could end up happening is that you squeeze the lemon juice too hard, and it could end up in your eye. And then if it ends up in your eye, your eyes are probably gonna hurt, and you're gonna flail around. And if you flail around, you may end up tripping and falling on the stove, and then face first on the stove, you're probably gonna burn to death and die. Be careful with the lemons, everybody. So once you've squeezed the lemon juice into it, we're gonna move on to salt and pepper. Pepper, don't put too much of it, because not many people like too much pepper, except for my grandfather. He loves pepper. I don't understand why. But the thing about the salt is that the salt, you want to be really generous with it. But not too generous, because if you put too much salt, you're probably going to get high blood pressure. And if you get high blood pressure, chances are if you keep eating that much salt, you're going to have a heart attack. And if you have a heart attack, then I hate to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen, but you're going to die. So put the salt in. And finally, our last ingredient is the olive oil. And olive because if you spill it on the floor, chances are you're gonna slip on it, hit your head, and I'm pretty sure you know this one at this point. You're gonna die. So once you have all the ingredients together, you want to mix it up. And then you're going to start serving it. At this point, if you manage to put all the ingredients together without choking, cutting, slipping, tripping, having a heart attack, or getting sick from germs, then congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you've made the tabbouleh salad. Enjoy it. Please remember, enjoy it while it lasts. Because chances are, at one moment or another in this life, you're gonna die. Thank you. In my presentation, I'm out of character now. The song I chose was Foggy Town by Foggy Town in London. It's famous because people in the 1800s were like, oh, it's so beautiful, there's this nice fog. That's actually as a result of tons of pollution, and it ended up killing millions of people. Also, in my show, my character is a germaphobe, that's why I have that, and she ended up taking medications. And the interesting thing about OCD, the people with OCD, is that they have a horrible fear of death. Or they're completely paranoid about anything related, or most of them are paranoid about germs or death, so I decided to base my presentation on those things. Thank you.
Earlier than 3 in the afternoon, in true Eddie Benson fashion, he is going to show us how to rock those peanut butter awesomes. Eddie Benson, everyone.
Hey dude and dudettes, I'm Eddie Benson. Today I'm going to show you how to make a rockin' peanut butter awesome. Or a peanut butter sandwich for anyone who doesn't know. Anyway, you want to start off this peanut butter delicacy with white sliced bread. Preferably white because whole wheat is weird. Anyway, after that, you have 2 choices of awesome peanut butter to choose. Like smooth or crunchy. I'd rather crunchy, because I'm hardcore! And I like nuts. Anyway, after you do that, you're going to spread a nice, fine, wholesome layer of that nice peanut butter on your toast. After you spread that, you want to complete this masterpiece by adding the top layer. After you do that, you're going to want a nice drink to go alongside this beautiful masterpiece. Like milk or beer. This reminds me of my days of when I moved out on my own, and literally this was the only thing I ever ate until everything began to taste like peanut butter, even oxygen. Anyway, this is pretty much all you have to do to enjoy and indulge in your nice peanut butter awesomeness. Thank you, and good night.